Hey guys, hello everyone, good evening. Hello people. Hello Karthik, hello Kev. Hello. Yes, we have started the session. We are live, guys. I hope I'm audible and visible clearly. Hi, good evening, Amarveer. Good evening. Guys, am I audible? Just tell me quickly in the chat box. Am I audible and visible clearly? So we'll go ahead. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for the confirmation. So I will give a short introduction about myself. My name is Anam Khan, and I'm one of the team member from LetsUpgrade. I'm here just to give you short information and what we are going to do in this 5 days bootcamp. That is where we are starting with HTML and CSS bootcamp. So today is the day one, and you can call your friends who is interested in learning HTML and web development. You can call them, and it's a certified boot camp, so it will be helpful for them too. I'm audible. Okay, thank you guys. नई अक्षरा मैं क्लास नहीं लूंगी. We have a trainer. His name is Ritik sir. Many of them must be knowing him. He's our trainer for HTML today. And so, guys, I will share my screen quickly and give you all the brief about this session. So, just give me a minute. I will share my screen. If you people have any doubt, anything you want to know, you can ask us in the chat box. We are here to answer you people. So, hi, guys. Put some emojis, or we can chat from where you people are belonging, like from where you people are joining, which field you people are, and are you people excited for today's bootcamp? We will teach in both the language, Hindi and English. हम दोनों language use करेंगे. There is nothing only that we will go with English, because our audience are from both the language, so we'll try to use both the language. Thank you so much, guys, to create hype in the chat. Thank you so very much. So I hope my screen is also visible. I am from Maharashtra, Mumbai, Navi Mumbai. Okay, thank you guys, very excited. I'm too very excited. How to get certificate will be available on the day 5 of this bootcamp. That is when the session ends. So for that you need to mark your attendance daily, so make sure that you're not missing your attendance any day to so that you can miss the chance to grab the certificate. From Karnataka, okay, yes, surely you can add the certificate in the resume. It will add value to your resume. So guys, we'll go ahead, and here you can see there is one sorry, first of all we'll go how to mark the attendance. So here in the description box you can see registration, attendance, certificate, assignment. We have one link, we call it one link. It is for everything. You can enroll through that link, you can get attendance certificate and everything. So click on this link, you will be redirected to this enrollment page where you enrolled yourself. So one second guys, it's taking time. Okay, so yeah, scroll down the page. Here you can see mark attendance toggle beside the day one title. So click on this toggle. Here you can see on a scale 0 to 10, you can see the rating. So you can give it according to yourself. For now, I will give 10 on 10. And here we have a feedback option. If you have any feedback for us, so you can put it here. And for now, I will give nothing and submit my assignment. Sorry, attendance. And after that, I will reload my page. So here you can see the progress bar. It will increase day by day as you mark your attendance. And to get the certificate, you need at least 50% of your progress bar. So make sure you're marking your attendance regularly. And on day 5, you can see a generate certificate option beside the progress bar. So from there, you can generate your certificate also. And we have this Discord and WhatsApp channel. You can join a Discord community and WhatsApp channel to get more exciting updates and invites. And we also give opportunity for internship and all. So yes, you can join a channel and Discord community. We are also running this Postman API challenge. Here you can get a chance to win iPad, smartwatch, Alexa, a gaming keyboard, and many more things. So yes, you can please join our community, our Discord, and get to know how we people are what we people are doing in this channel. So yes, you can refer it and get a chance to win this amazing swags. Please do make sure that you're referring this post one and completing yourself also. And we also have the student ambassador program. It has already started on July 1st, but still the application form is still open, so you people can enroll for it still before 6th of July. So on the day end of 5th of July, we will be closing the application. So make sure that you people are enrolling for sorry matlab, if you have any if you have interest in this program, it's a 1 month program. You get many incentives, swags, and get the chance to meet industry leader, win amazing coupons. We also run their exciting like games and all, so you can participate in this program. It's a 1 month ambassador program. And we also have many upcoming program free boot camps. So yes, if you people have any doubt, you can ask us. Tamil I don't know, guys. And yes, a student ambassador program is totally free. You have to pay nothing for it. Instead, you will get some swags and coupons in during the batch. And this is our one link, sorry, this is our one documentation. Here you can find all the notes that we are going to teach in this 5 days boot camp. You can save it somewhere and refer it in your future. You can also use it as your notes. And we have this enrollment and attendance link, also the session link. So you make sure that you people are joining till that and be there till the day 5 of this boot camp. And I will add now our trainer, that is Ritik sir, to this session, and I will hand over hand over this session to him. So I have already taken 8 minutes. Hello sir, hello Ritik sir.
Uh, Hi Anam,
Hi
hi,
sir,
hi,
good
hi.
evening.
Good evening, good evening.
So I hope you are good sir.
Yep. Thank you for taking for the introduction. I'll take it from here. Thanks, Anam.
Thank you, sir. So I will hand over this session to you and I will take a leave. So bye guys, bye everyone. You can ask any doubt. If you have any doubt, you can ask us in the chat. And sir is also there to answer you people. And our moderator is also there to answer you. So bye everyone.
Okay, so hello everyone. A very warm good evening and welcome to all of you watching the live session. Right. First, just let confirm am I audible and visible properly, and also share my screen by the way. So just confirm me that as well. Okay. Yep. Okay. So I hope my screen is also visible. So again, a very warm welcome, right? So I hope you all know why we are here. This is an HTML and CSS boot camp, right? In this boot camp, just an overview, right? Before we actually get started, we are going to start with the very basics of what is an HTML, right? What are tags, attributes, and all these things, right? And after that we'll be covering the CSS part of it, right? So both HTML and CSS combined together at the end of the day will also make a very good looking project, right? So I hope we all are excited for this particular boot camp. And this is the actual thing which you can see, right? We have seen what programming is. We have been studying about programming languages like C++, Java, Python, right? But that's not visible on the screen, right? I mean, you can write the code, but you can see the output in the terminal itself. Now, the very first time we'll be seeing the output in the browser, just how real websites work. So it will be a very interesting boot camp, and I really hope that you'll enjoy it. And I'll be more than happy to clear the doubts in the chat box. So I have my another screen just beside me, and I'll be keep on reading your chat. So any doubts you have in any part of this boot camp, I'll be more than happy to answer it. Okay. Okay. So before starting, can I just have it in the chat box, right? What are you guys up to? What are you doing? Like, are you in? Are you which course are you pursuing, right? In short, and where do you guys come from? Any can I have it in the chat box at least? Yeah. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah. Okay, so I can see multiple. Okay, we have people pursuing BTech. Okay, Akar, Kashra Agarwal, Sarvesh Parmar, BTech CSE. Okay, Science Sinha Engineering, fourth year. Okay, BCA Maharashtra, BCA. Okay, okay, okay. I can see that we have wide variety of audience watching this boot camp. That's very good to hear. We have people from Lucknow, uh, Bengal, okay, BCA Maharashtra, Sarita, okay, Akarsh PC CSE Karnataka, okay, BCA Lucknow, diploma in AI. Oh, that's interesting. I'm diploma in artificial intelligence. Isaac. Okay. I have a variety of audience. So as Anam told, like this module, this boot camp will be in English language. Right? I only understand two languages, by the way, English and Hindi, right? So if at any extreme circumstances you don't get anything, just check in the chat box. The best I can do is explain it to you in Hindi. That's it. I don't understand any language. I cannot speak any other language apart from that. Okay. Right. Bangalore, Satna, AI. Call. Awesome. Okay. I have the variety of audience. Okay, getting it. So let's get started, right? Let's first get started with HTML, right? So talking about HTML, or let me do one thing. Let me just open a website in front of you, right? And we'll see, right? We'll make conclusions out of it. How could that be built, and what are the elements, or uh, what are the tags, right? Or what are the divisions that it can has, right? It can have. So I'll just maybe open an Amazon website. I hope we all have must visited Amazon websites at some point of their time, right? Okay. So what you see here is the UI for Amazon.com website, right? And anyways, it's an e-commerce platform wherein you can buy, sell if you're a seller, and uh, can use Amazon Prime, and you can do multiple services, majorly e-commerce. Okay. So if I give this reference to you, and I say, okay, you have this website in front of you, how do you think it's made? Right? What is the first instance that comes to your mind when you see a website? Anyone? What is the first thing? Acha, theek hai. An open question to all of you. When you visit a website, what is the first thing that you notice? One hour. What is the first thing that you notice in a website when you visit it for the first time? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, UX. Awesome. Ishanu says wireframe. Okay, UI. Priya. Landing page. Design. UX. Okay, getting it. So most of you have mentioned UX, or to be precise, it's not UX. I would say it's UI, right? There's a difference between UX and UI. Obviously, we'll come to the difference later on. But what you see is an interface, right? The first thing that you notice, you don't see what features it offers. You don't see where are the what happens when you click a button or things like that. The first and the foremost thing that you notice in a website is the design of it, right? How it's made, how pleasantly looking it is, right? So the better the design, the more would be your attraction towards any website, right or wrong, right? So that's where CSS comes into picture. Before that, okay, how do you think, let's suppose I put my cursor here, and I'm having a placeholder to write something, right? I'm able to type something. How is it being done? It is being done with the help of HTML. So in short, HTML provides the structure, the skeleton of a website, and CSS helps you to design it, to provide you styles to a website, right? Okay, let me just open my Excel. Okay, so assume this to be your web browser. Okay, now in a web browser or in a website, you have multiple things as in you you have a button, right? You have a placeholder, a text box to write something, right? Let's suppose I want to search something, right? I want to search, I want to buy an iPhone. I'll write iPhone. The text size is, I'll increase the text size maybe. Yeah, right. Now what else it could have, right? It could have a link. It could have a link, right? Which clicking on that link, you will be redirected somewhere, maybe to external web page or the same web page, right? What else it could have? Anyone? What else could we have? We can have a table, right? We have seen tables in a website. I hope we all have seen tables, right? What tables can do. So all this raw structure that you see, all this raw structure that you see, this is nothing but your HTML, right? HTML stands for hypertext markup language, right? It stands for hypertext markup language, right? It is nothing but a raw view or a skeleton of your web page, right? Now, once you have designed your structure, then we come to the styling part, the designing part, right? So we'll be covering this bootcamp into two parts. The first would be HTML, right? Why HTML? Because HTML, need we need tags to design, right? So first we'll be covering HTML, and then after covering HTML, we'll be going to the CSS part of it. Getting it? Okay. Now, okay. Uh, by the way, I hope every one of you watching this session have VS Code downloaded onto their system. If no, then let me know in the chat box. I'll give you the steps to download it. Right? We all have it. Okay, I can see yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming all of you have VS Code. Okay. Now, let's jump over to VS Code straight away. Right? Again, what is VS Code? It's an IDE where you can write code. Before that, what I'll do here is I'll make a new folder. So I'll come here. I'll make a new folder by the name of HTML/CSS. Okay, we cannot have /HTML/CSS bootcamp. Actually, I'll only name it HTML and CSS. And I'll head over to my VS Code and I'll open the folder in my desktop. By the name of HTML and CSS. Okay. Viraj, IDE is nothing but it's an environment that helps you code, right? So, in short, you can see VS Code on your screen, right? Now, what is it? It provides an environment for us to write code. That's what we call an IDE. It is providing us an interface to code, right? We can also code in Notepad, right? If you want to, you can code in Notepad. But what is the drawback of coding in Notepad? What is the drawback of coding in Notepad? Is just that VS Code, since it's a coding environment, it provides you various extensions, various features to make your coding journey easier. Whereas Notepad is raw. It's basic. It is a raw structure, right? It'll not give you a real essence of coding. That's why we use an IDE to code. And if you want to compile your code, you cannot. If you want to run your code on live server, you cannot run it on Notepad. But it doesn't have any features to do that. It's just a simple text editing format. Obviously, you can write a code is a text, right? You can write code in that, but not recommended. Okay, so that's why we use IDE now. Okay. So first of all, we'll create a new file. Again, the extension for creating an HTML file is nothing but .html. So what we'll do is uh, we'll name a file. Let's suppose I'll name day1.html. Okay. Now this is an empty file for an HTML. Now I can write code here in HTML. Okay. Now, how do you initiate? How do you initiate the code which we have to write, right? Because every code has a raw structure, right? Which is called as boilerplate, right? Now, in order to do that, there are some things, right? We have a shortcut. One thing. Second thing is, if you don't want to use a shortcut, you can also memorize it. But my personal opinion, since we are using an IDE, it's recommended to use a shortcut. So what I'll do is I'll just press shift and an exclamation mark and a tab. And you see this code magically that has been popped up on the screen. This is nothing but called as a boilerplate, right? This is nothing but called as a boilerplate. Right? Boilerplate is nothing but just initials of your code, right? I'll explain what does it all mean, but this boilerplate will be there in each, irrespective of which application you want to make, right? If you're using HTML, this will be constant. Getting it? Yes, Diksh, you can use Sublime if you want to. You're free to use Sublime. Right? As simple as that. Okay. Is it clear? How to make a new file in HTML? How to make a boilerplate? Okay. Now, it has some things attached to it, right? So this thing, the first line, right? Sir, file name ko HTML karo to acha rahega. Yeah. See, we can do that, but it's just that I want to, divide it day wise, because at the end of the day, we'll have 5 days, and I want to give you the code for all the 5 days. That's why I've written it in day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 format. As simple as that. Again, you're free to use whatever file name you want. It's all up to you. Okay. All right. Now, so for making a boilerplate service, there's one thing. There's a shortcut, right? You have to write an exclamation mark. So, what is it? You just press shift and an exclamation mark. This boilerplate will you see this option right here, right? As you're seeing on my screen now. And if you click tab, you'll have a boilerplate, right? Else, if you don't want to write a boilerplate code, you can just memorize it as well. Again, I'm coming to the explanation part, right? Okay, so let me just explain now what all it means. So HTML lang, right? This specifies the language of your web page. EN means English. You can write HI means Hindi and whatnot, right? Now, this is the header part, right? Header has 3 things to it. One is the capset. This is unique code, right? Unique code. Nothing rocket science here. Just assume it to be a unique code. It is encoded, right, in a UTF-8 format. And this viewport and this initial hit is the view, right? Once you run live, once you run your code live, you'll have a view of a web page, right? Now this specifies that what will be the initial scale. If I do it 2.0 here, things will be enlarged, right? Things will be enlarged, right? Okay. So let's write 1.0 here. Again, this width is it's equal to device width, right? You can write hardcode numbers if you want to, but this is by default take the device width. And this is the title. So what is the title? A title. Okay, I'll just show it to you. Do you see this thing here? This called as X-ray draw. So what is this? This is nothing but a title of a web page, right? This is nothing but a title of your web page. Okay. Now, Okay, some of you are saying that please explain the steps of downloading VS Code. Okay, let me just do that for those who are new here. So just hop on your onto your Google Chrome, right? Just type in VS Code, download. Once you do that, you will have this official documentation of VS Code right here. Click on this, and once you click on this, you'll have three options, right? One for Windows, one for Ubuntu, and other for Mac. And depending upon your machine type, just select any of the three options available. So I have Windows. I click on Windows, it gets installed, as simple as that. If you have a Ubuntu or a Mac, you can go ahead with these options, right? So just simple process, just how you just like you download any other I would say a software. That's how it's downloaded, right? Nothing rocket science here. Getting it? Okay. So once you download VS Code, you'll land up onto this interface, uh, right? And once you do that, you will have these left panel. You'll have some options, right? Just go over to extensions. Again, these are what? These are, I told you, right? VS Code provides you some special features to make your coding journey easier, and these are tools or extensions in VS Code terms that helps you to do that. Right now, I'll do one thing. First thing that you have to do is download this thing called as live server. You see this option by Ritvik Day. Right? This is nothing but an extension that will help you run your code, HTML and CSS code live on your browser. It's if you're using Windows, it's Shift plus the keypad one. It will give an exclamation and then just press tab. Okay, Shift plus exclamation mark. That's it. Okay, so I hope everyone has downloaded this live server and also VS Code. And if we are done, I'll do one thing. I'll come to my code and I'll do a right click, and you see this option here, open with live server, right? If you click on open with live server, you'll see your browser or your code running live on your server, running live on your browser. How cool is that? Okay, so since I'll comment this part out because it is not needed anymore. Okay, Acha, I was talking about title, right? So let's suppose this is the title, and if I want to write day one here, if I save it, right? You see here. Let me zoom it if you're not able to. Okay, this is the maximum zoom. Okay, you see this name written day one here, right? So that's what title has to offer you. Title is nothing but just a title of your web page. Okay, just a title of your web page. Okay. All right, sure. And now comes your body section, right? And this is the main section. This is the main section that where you guys be coding. If I write anything here, hi, my name is Pratik. These things would be visible onto your web page. Boilerplate is nothing but just some predefined codes, just some predefined codes, right? Which have to be there. If you don't write any predefined codes, it will not work. Right? Just a basic structure you can call it, because you see this code, right? You see these lines of code. It will be present in each and every HTML file that you make, irrespective of what website you're making. This will be present in each and every part of it. Okay, so that's how we do it, right? Okay, now this was the boilerplate. I hope boilerplate. So what have we covered till far? We've covered basics of HTML. We have covered what boilerplate is. We have done we have explained each and every line of what boilerplate is. Plus, we have also done the extension of HTML page, right? How do we make an HTML page? Make an HTML file. You give it a name plus .html. Okay. Now, without wasting any time, let's get to the main part of it. Okay. Okay. So, in the basic things we'll cover. So first, let's start with the tags. Okay. Now, meta is nothing but is just metadata of your application. Metadata is data for data, right? This is storing some data, and this data has to get stored somewhere. So it is storing. It is being done with the help of this meta tag. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Now, first and first, we'll see how to add headings. Okay. Now, to add headings, there are 7 tags, because headings can be varied as per their size, right, and weight. So, to add headings, there are 7 things. And the tag for adding a heading is called as h1. You type in h1. You have a tag called as h2. You have a tag called as h3. A tag called as h4. Tag called as h5. h6. No, tell me, till where do we have these? Till where do we have these? We have these till h7. Right? Yeah, h7. Okay. Till h7. Okay. Or till h6. Who will tell me? Is it till h7 or till h6? Exactly, right? Someone said, I think it was Agni or someone, I'm not able to recall the name. He said till h7. But no, it's only till h6. Okay. Now, instead of me explaining it, I'll just write it here and I'll just show you what is the difference between these tags. Yeah. This is h1. I'll copy this. This is h2. This is h3. This is h4. This is h5. This is h6. And now I'll come here. Okay. Now, just observe this for a minute. Okay. What is happening here? What is the sole difference? What is the sole difference? What is which you can see here? The difference is that these tags, going down the numbers from h1 till h6, the size is decreasing. Right? Exactly, they're getting smaller. No, it will not show any error, but it will not work. That's it. Okay. The font size is decreasing. The size is decreasing. So, if you want to use headers, if you want to highlight something, you can use an h1 tag or an h2. If you want to use something that maybe it's a subheading or maybe something else, right? You can use h3, h4, and if it is a normal text, you can write it in h5 or an h6 format. As simple as that, right? So this is what a header tag is. Okay. Now after this, we have something called as a paragraph tag. Okay. And how do we use a paragraph tag? You open the crocodile mouth or less than sign that you call it. You type in P and just close it. Sir, can we use many h1 tags? Yes, exactly. You can use any number of tags that you want to, right? I can use 10,000 h1 tags if you want to. It's up to you. Okay, now comes this paragraph tag. Again, why this paragraph tag used for? As the name suggests, right? To write a paragraph. So I'll just have lorem ipsum, and this is a paragraph text. I'll come here and this is a paragraph, lorem ipsum. Right? So we have covered H1 tag. We've covered, and these are very simple. These have nothing to do with any some logical part of it. These are just paragraph tag is just used to showcase any paragraph. Header tags, these are called as header tags, by the way, are just used to showcase any headings. Right? Okay. Now let's suppose I have I have a paragraph, right, and I want to highlight some point of it, highlight some part of it. Sneha, it's just you just type LOR, right? It will give you a suggestion. Just write in tab. Okay. So now if you come here, let's suppose this is your paragraph tag, right? And you want to maybe highlight some part of it. That means you want to make some part of it bold. Can you do that? Can you do that here? Anyone? My question is, you want to highlight some part of it. In HTML, yes, you can do that. That is with the help of a bold. You can, if you want to bold some keywords, or if you want to bold the whole paragraph, you can do that. Let's suppose here, I want to bold this saluta. So what I'll do here is I'll come here and I will write a B tag, and I'll enclose this in a B tag. So now if I come here, see, can you see this? This is slightly bolder than rest of my paragraph. I'm using a VS Code. Right? Okay. Dikshita is asking what is the difference between. Okay, so Dikshita, bold and strong, they have no physical difference. They absolutely serve the same purpose, right? No difference as such. If you also read the documentation, you will not find any difference, right? Bold tag is, if you use a bold tag, it's very good in terms of SEO. Again, what is an SEO? It stands for search engine optimization. So it helps a better performance. That's it. No physical difference. Okay, awesome. So now let's move to the next part of it. So we have covered bold tags. Acha. Next comes italics. Again, if you want to write something in italics, you can do that in VS Code. In HTML, just write I keyword and just a lorem ipsum text. Right. So you can see this is italics. So if let me just write whole of it. Right. Can you see the difference between these two? Right. This is italics. Right. Italics tag. Okay. Getting it? CSS is easy to read and write. No, CSS, it gives you visual appeal. We'll come to CSS part later on, right? Okay. Now, similarly, you also have an underline tag, right? If you want to underline something, let's suppose I want to underline this keyword called as set, I can very much do that, right? So you can see this is an underline tag here. So see, these tags are all very simple and intuitive, right? You know what header tags are used for? To provide headings, paragraph for a paragraph, how to make a text italics. You have the I tag, underline के लिए you have view tag and whatnot. Yes, we'll do a good looking project on day 5. Okay. So awesome. So now let's suppose I'm having a situation that I have these two lines. I have these two lines and I want to break my line here. Let's suppose from this full stop, I want to move to the next line. Right? From this full stop, I want to move to the next line. Line. So for this, we have something called as a break line. As the name suggests, break, BR. It used to break the line and move the cursor to the next point. Right? So here, let's suppose I'll use a BR tag. See, what I'll do here is I'll use a BR tag. Now, if I use a BR tag, do you see this coming to the next line? Right? And how's that? Because we are using a BR tag. As simple as that. Right? It is used to break the line. Getting it? Clear, everyone? Any doubts so far? By the way, any doubts so far? Yes or no in the chat box, please. Any slightest doubt so far? Yes or no? Ratna says yeah, BR tag. Clear? Nikita says clear. No doubts. No. Okay, very good question, Jitendra. I'll come to that. So is this just for front end or full stack? CNS, HTML is usually used for front end. In back end, Cockroach, there's no user back end here. Any doubts? No. Okay, I can see multiple no, so that means we are good to go, right? Yes, sir. My doubt. What's your doubt? Sir, BR tag. No. Yeah, I'll come to that. I'll come to closing tag and self-closing tag, right? Okay. Okay. Now I'll introduce to a good some keywords about a tag. Right. There are two things for a tag. Right. One is a self-closing tag. Right. One is a self-closing tag, and the other you can say is a non-self-closing tag. I'll write non-self. Okay. Now you must have wondered, right? Whenever we use a paragraph tag, we open the tags like this. This is the syntax. You open it and then you have to close it, right? This is the opening part. And how do you close it? You just add a slash here and then you close it. And all the information written inside these tags will be a part of your paragraph tag. Getting it? So, a non-self-closing tag, in a non-self-closing tag, like a paragraph tag, like the H1 tag, and many more, we'll come to many more tags. You have to start and you have to end. Whereas a self-closing tag, like the one you saw here, the BR tag, we also have something called as the HR tag. I don't want to confuse it with these tags right now, but HR tag is just used to draw a horizontal line. I'll show you an example as well. So let's suppose I want a line between these two tags. I'll just have an HR tag. And if I have an HR tag, I'll have a horizontal line like this. Okay. So these are self-closing tags. That means you don't have to explicitly, as a programmer, not close these. Right? So that is the sole difference between a self-closing tag and a non-self-closing tag. So BR, since it does not require any closing tag, it is closing by itself. As the name suggests, self-closing tag. Getting it? Is it clear? Anyone? Any issues with the difference between a self-closing tag and a non-self-closing tag? Okay. Awesome. Cool. Great. Okay. Now, let's see how can you add links to a web page or to an HTML. For adding a link, you have something called as an anchor tag, right? And as the name suggests, anchor, how will you use an anchor tag? Let me do it full screen, just for a second. Right. Okay. Now, how do you use an anchor tag? Very simple, right? With the name, with the keyword, the tag keyword is, The tag keyword is A. You write in A. Acha. Whenever if you're using HTML, you write in A and you press you see this suggestion box right here, right? You press enter, you'll get the suggestion box and it will auto complete for you. Now you have this thing called as href. Okay, this is called as an attribute. Now you'll say, okay, what is the difference? What is the difference between a tag and an attribute? Who will tell me this? What is the difference between a tag and an attribute? Anyone? So tags we've all covered. BR was a tag, HN was a tag, paragraph was a tag. But this attribute, this is something new, right? So I'll tell you, attributes are nothing but they provide additional information about your what tags, right? Or you can say they define the properties of a tag, right? This is more technical knowledge, a technical definition. This is a very layman language, right? It helps provide. I'll increase the font size if it is not visible. Yeah, now it should be right. Okay, they just provide an extra sense piece of information. Let's suppose in this case we have an anchor tag and this href is acting as an attribute to this anchor tag. Okay, now let's suppose I write a link, because this is expecting a link. I'll write www.google.com and in the anchor tag I'll write Google. I'll just show you the demo first, right? I come here, you see this Google, right? I click on Google and I land onto www. Acha, the spelling is wrong. Google. Okay. I'll go back. I'll click on Google and I'll land onto www.google.com. It is not saved, I think. I'll close this. I'll again go live. Open with live server. Okay. So now I click this. See, I get to this URL called as www.google.com. Now, what is this? How on a click? That's very interesting, right? How on a click we're able to land onto a different web page? Anyone? How are we able to land onto a different web page? That is because HTML provides a way to hypertext your language. By hypertext, I mean providing links, providing hyperlinks to your text. Getting it? So that's what an anchor tag is used for. If you want to refer to any other web page, you can do that. Later on, when we'll cover IDs, tags in the CSS part of it, then this will make much more sense to you. Because why? Because you can even navigate within a page. You can even navigate within a page. Clear, everyone? Okay. Now you must be wondering, why are we not landing to the Google page? Because we have not written the full link. If you want to get to the Google page, so you have to mention HTTPS colon. We'll just write google.com and we'll just copy the URL. Google.com. Right, you have to copy this link. I'll copy this link and I will attach it here. Okay, now if I again refresh the page, I click on google.com and see, this time I land onto my website. Right, so that's how you can navigate to another page. You can give any of the links that you want to. It's up to you. Let's suppose I give it access to maybe an Amazon website. I can come here, I can copy this URL, I can paste it here, and I can say Amazon, and we are good to go, right? So I'll do a backward slash. I'll come to my code. I'll reload the code. I'll click on Amazon, and we'll reach to this Amazon page, right? Yes, Niranjan, you have a doubt? Just let me know. So Ankita, href is, as I've already told you, it is an attribute. What are attributes? They provide a meaning to your page. They provide a meaning to your tags. They define the properties of your tags. So href helps you to helps you to add a placeholder to provide a link which will be navigated once you click on this option, Amazon option, right? Syntax is nothing but syntax is just a way to write something. So syntax is a way in which you have to write code, because they, if you want to write code, you have to follow a specific series of instructions. Because if I write p and if I write something here, this is not paragraph tag. If you want to write a paragraph tag, you have to use a proper syntax, that is the proper format of it. You have to write opening brackets p, closing brackets, opening brackets, backward slash p, closing brackets. That's how you can do it. Getting it? Okay. Yes, sir, I have installed live server on VS Code, but my code isn't getting live until I hit control process. One more thing that I forgot to tell you guys, I'm so sorry for that. See, by default, you'll see an option. If you go to file, you'll have an option called as autosave. I have this enabled. If you don't have this, I think by default it is not enabled. If you don't have this enabled, you have to. If you write anything, you'll see this icon here. Which shows one. That means you have one unsaved file, right? For that, you have to first save your file and then open your live server. Or if you want, you can just go on to files, click on autosave. Now, if you click on autosave, what will happen is whenever you type something, it will get automatically saved. Clear, Priya? Okay, Ria says, sir, as we've used underline tags, means we are using backward slash. So in BR, we don't. No, we don't. If you want to, it is optional. By the way, if you want to use, you can, but it is purely optional. Since, as I told you, it is a self-closing tag. If you write this, well and good. If you don't write this, it will close automatically. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So a brief revision of what we have covered today. We have covered the basics of boilerplate. We have covered the header tags, right? We have covered the paragraph tag, we have covered the BR tag, we have covered the HR tag, we have covered the paragraph tag, we have covered the italics tag, the underline tag, and the anchor tag. Stands for, it is used for adding links to your web page. Acha, how do we add comments? Very nicely put up by me. How do we add comments? If you want to add comments, just press Control and question mark. This kind of thing will pop out. And this will not be visible onto your code. Again, what are comments? Comments are for self explanation, right? They are self-explanatory. If you want to showcase something onto your code, but not onto the browser, not as an output, you just comment it out. This will just be visible to you. It will not be appended onto the output. As simple as that. So if you want to use multi-line comment, you just select multi-lines. You just press Control and question mark. See, it will comment all part of it. As simple as that. Okay. Yeah, they just add some more readability just for the programmer's sake of it, not for the audience, right? Audience will not know where we have put comments and things like that. We can do that. There are ways to do that, but we don't want to get into depth of it, right? So live service not working on my window. It should work. Pranav. Just make sure to include download the proper one. It's by Ritvik Day. You just install the correct one. Make sure not installing any random ones, right? Just by this name. And just also install this HTML and this is not okay. There was one. Okay, it's not there anymore. Anyways, not needed. So reload option not working. How to solve? I want to open it again and again. Reload option not working. I didn't get that. What do you mean by reload option? If you want to, you can just apply autosave. It will be getting automatically saved after each and every time. Sir, how to increase? Okay, a very good question by Jitendra. He says, sir, how can we, increase the SEO of a web page? Right. Okay. So to increase the SEO of a web page, right, you have some tags that are solely introduced in HTML5 version. Right. Now, what is HTML5? Again, HTML has had various versions, right? Presently, we are using the HTML5 version. We're presently using HTML5 version, right? Now, what all features did HTML5 bring into picture? It brought into picture something called as semantic tags, right? Now, what are semantic tags? SEM. Again, for those of you who do not understand this, just don't uh, focus on this because it's not to be done at this present time. But since uh, some students were asking doubts, I'm just explaining that. SEMANTIC, semantic tags. Now, what are semantic tags? Semantic tags are those tags which have a defined purpose, or you can say which have names in them, right? We saw something called as a strong tag. We have something called as an EM tag, right? Now, if we use semantic tags in your application, in your code, there are very good chances that your code will have a good SEO, right? So there's only one way to improve the SEO. If I think in terms of a programmer's perspective, and solely I have the HTML knowledge, that is using as much as semantic tags as possible, right? So if I come here, if I search semantic tags, you'll find ample number of tags. I'll just give you the link if you want to, but you can just Google it, and you can just have these semantic tags, right? See, these are all semantic tags that we have. So including good number of semantic tags as much as possible helps you increase your SEO of a web page. That is search engine optimization. Okay. So which is advanced HTML? To sir, see, there's no such particular answer to that. CSS is a bit lengthy, I would say, because it has multiple things to it, multiple properties to it. HTML is a bit limited, right? We have only tags, and if you get this tags, we are good to go. Sir, I hope this web development bootcamp is going good as we used to cover a week ago in C++. Obviously, yes. Okay. Sir, it's not showing the updated text in the browser until I close. That means you're not saving it, right? You have to save it each and every time. Okay. So that is all for today. So we have just make sure to revise the concept that we have done. Again, we were very light today, right? We just covered some basic syntax, the basic tags and all these things. From day 2 onwards, we'll be going into depth of HTML. We'll be covering more tags. We'll be seeing how to make a table, how to make a div, how to uh, how to make attach web page inside a web page and things like that. Okay, so that is all for today. I hope we've all enjoyed this part of it, and I really hope that we all will be revising it once you come to the day 2. And that's it. Thanks, Nidhi. Thanks. Right. Okay. So that's it, and I'll take a leave. Right. And yes, bye.